RVBN, the Rich Video Blog Network from Billerica, Massachusetts, home of top 10 list, personality profiles, and NFL predictions during the NFL season on Wednesday. Good afternoon, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your second video blog of the day for Tuesday, September 20th, 2016, around 5:35 in the afternoon, Billerica, Massachusetts. It's a mix of sun and clouds today. Highs over 80, so it's humid. Still technically summer for 2 more days. Some news to report on the RVBN Newswire. Actress Angelina Jolie has filed for divorce from Brad Pitt. They've been married for over 7 years. They've been together for 11 years. They have a lot of children together. So that's sad to see them being divorced. And also, 25 years ago today, the classic TV game show Classic Concentration ended its 4.25-year run on NBC. They did not announce it was the final Classic Concentration episode. First when it was taped in several weeks prior, NBC did not give a cancellation notice to Classic Concentration till a few weeks prior, but that's sad. You'll never see Classic Concentration on Buzzer, period, because NBC Universal owns the rights. And 8 years ago today, Hooters of Sawgust opened up for the first time on Route 1. And that's about it on the news from the RVBN Newswire. Be back in a flash. My second video blog of the day is about the former professional wrestling tag team Bad Company. Bad Company was Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka. They teamed together on and off from 1986 through 1994, and they were an exciting tag team. Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka first teamed up together in the CWA in the Memphis territory around Christmas time of 1986. Both Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond were in CWA a year before that, and they were tag team partners with Jeff Jarrett, and both of them won the CWA Southern tag team titles with Jeff Jarrett on separate occasions. They were great tag team specialists, and Jerry Jarrett and Jerry the King Lawler, the bookers of CWA, put them together and they gelled, and they were tag team in the CWA for about a year, and they won so many CWA, AWA, Southern tag team titles and international tag team titles. They feuded with the Sheep Herders and Tarzan Goto and Akira Soto. They also feuded with the Nasty Boys and Bill Dundee and Rocky Johnson and Billy Joe Travis and Jeff Jarrett, among others. They were both faces and heels in the CWA, and they did double drop kicks, double back breakers, and they were pretty good as a tag team. Around 1988, the Bad Company moved to the AWA. The AWA was in its dying days, and they were a heel tag team in the AWA. They were managed by Diamond Dallas Page, DDP. Feel the Bane. DDP was a manager back then, and Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond immediately feuded with the Midnight Rockers, and they beat the Midnight Rockers for the AWA World Tag Team titles in March of 1988, and for the next year, Bad Company reigned supreme in the AWA. The AWA had a weak talent roster, so Bad Company feuded with a lot of makeshift tag teams, and Guerrero Brothers, Mondo, Chavo Sr., and Hector. Eddie wasn't around back then, and a few other tag teams here and there. They were rule breakers. They would always retain the tag team titles with help from the Diamond Dallas Page and the Diamond Dolls. Eventually, Bad Company lost the AWA World Tag Team titles in April of 1989 against the Olympians, which was Brad Ragans and Ken Patera. They split up, and then Paul Diamond turned face, and they briefly had a feud together, Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka, but it was short-lived because the WWE signed both of them, and Pat Tanaka was put in the Orient Express with Sato, who was managed by Mr. Fuji, and Paul Diamond signed with the WWE as a jobber to the Stars. Around November of 1990, Sato left the WWE, and Paul Diamond was reunited with Tanaka, but they put Paul Diamond under a mask, and it was called Kato. And Kato and Tanaka were New Orient Express. They were managed by Mr. Fuji. They teamed on and off for about a year and a half, but basically they were a jobber heel tag team. They won a lot of matches on television, but when they wrestled on pay-per-views, they would always lose. They had an exciting match with the Rockers for Royal Rumble 1991. That was probably one of the best opening matches on a pay-per-view history, and it was exciting, over 20 minutes, and also they had a decent tag team match at Royal Rumble 1992 against the New Foundation, Owen Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. But basically, they were just, a jobber tag team. In March of 1992, Pat Tanaka left the WWE, and Paul Diamond still wrestled as Kato, and he was just jobbing out. Eventually, he became Max Moon, but eventually Paul Diamond left the WWE. They were reunited as Bad Company in October of 1993 in ECW, and they feuded with the Public Enemy, and that was a decent feud. And then they feuded with the New Breed. They were both faces and heels, and then they had a brief feud with Kevin Sullivan and the Tasmanian Devil, who were ECW Tag Team Champions, and they actually, Bad Company actually beat Tasmanian Devil and Kevin Sullivan in several non-title matches. They were supposed to get the ECW Tag Team titles, but Kevin Sullivan left the promotion and to go back to WCW, and that title run was, called off, which was very disappointing. Eventually, Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka left the ECW to go to WCW. They briefly reprised the role of the Orient Express. Tanaka was called Tanaka-san, and Paul Diamond reprised his mask role, but he was called Hato because they could not use the Orient Express name because that was trademarked by the WWE, and Kato was trademarked by the WWE. So, and they wrestled a few matches, but they were basically jobbers, and they broke up for good in 1994. Bad Company was an underrated tag team in the late 80s. They were awesome. They should have got more of their due in AWA, but the AWA talent roster was very weak in 1988 and 89, and defending the titles against makeshift tag teams wasn't that great. And when they wrestled as the Orient Express, they should have gotten like a decent mid-card heel tag team push, but they didn't. They just were basically jobbers to the face tag teams, which kind of disappointing and stuff. But this was at a time where the big men ruled in the WWE, and that's about it on Bad Company and the Orient Express. I'll be back later. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google Plus with the third and final video blog of the night, the Personality Profile. Tonight's Personality Profile will be about former NHL defenseman and former Bruins general manager Mike O'Connell. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Button guy. Today is Julie Button's daughter, Isla's 7th birthday, also known as Mini-Me. So happy birthday to Isla. Marley Roseblood of WCCO Rocks and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hot, so stunning. She's the best. Amy Sweezy's awesome. Amy. Linda Church of WPIX Channel 11 New York rocks, and she's got the best legs in New York City. And today is Linda Church's son's birthday, so happy birthday to Linda Church's son. That's a coincidence that Linda Church's son and Julie Broughton's daughter Isla share the same birthday. And Papa Gibbs of ABC 11 has a sweet southern accent. And in the words of Charlotte, get out! RVB.